Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online Series 10 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. In the last episode, we kicked off Road to Ranked for Series 10 using a Xerneas team, so we'll be playing a couple more games with it today. Details for the team are in the description below. Thanks once again to Kunal for the team, and let's just get started. Thanks so much as always for watching, by the way. If you enjoyed, please share support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And this is going to be an exciting first game, as we're up against Dialga. Okay. So, as you can see, I played a couple of games between yesterday's episode and today's just to try to get a little bit higher in the ladder and also just get a little bit more practice in with the team. Those first 3 games yesterday are actually my first couple of games, and I could definitely tell I wasn't playing it perfectly. So Whimsicott's actually very scary. I actually ran into a really cool team with actually both Whimsicott and Entei, and the Entei had Stone Edge, the Whimsicott had Encore, and so that actually like really shuts down, say, like Xerneas Volcarona. Now, our Urshifu is bulky, so we can take a Moonblast from the Whimsicott. So honestly, I'm actually thinking of leading Incineroar plus Urshifu here. Xerneas in the back with Volcarona, I think. So this matchup is really interesting because Dialga and Xerneas, like that interaction is really unique. Well, not unique, but I guess like it's just fun in the sense that if Xerneas gets the Geomancy off, that's going to be amazing. You're then leagues ahead of Dialga before Dialga gets an attack off. But like, if my opponent sets up Tailwind here, or Dialga gets even a single Flash Cannon, or even worse, like Steel Beam off, I think it gets access to that, right? That would be really bad for us. So we'll see. Either way, yeah, we're 4 for 4 on restricted Pokemon, like a unique restricted Pokemon in the last 4 matches we've had, so that's really exciting. So hope you've been enjoying Series 10. Question of the day, I want to know restricted Pokemon you're currently trying out at the moment, and let's get started. It is Entei and Whimsicott. That's actually the lead I was hoping to see, so I'm pretty happy about that. I guess the main thing I'm nervous about is them getting a burn on our Urshifu turn 1. But here I'm willing to just fake out the Whimsicott Surging Strikes into Entei. Because, yeah, the reality is what I've learned is that Entei, you should expect Stone Edge, and then Whimsicott, like, Taunt or Encore, both very viable options. So I'm just going to fake out Surging Strikes Entei turn 1. They could obviously switch Entei out. That's fine. It would confirm, essentially, what all of their Pokemon are. Oh, actually, I guess you could just hard switch Dialga immediately. Okay, so they bring Dialga out. Makes sense. See if they protect Whimsicott. Okay. Good play by them, but I'm still okay with this, I think. Because quite frankly, this next turn, I can just go for a... And I think at this point, you should... Like, if you're running Whimsicott in this format, it would be... I'd be really impressed if you didn't run Protect on it, just because it's obviously such a good attack into a format with so many Fake-Out users. And honestly, that's not bad damage on Dialga. I mean, chipping away a restricted Pokemon like that for 25% is... I'll take it. Now, we do have special defense bulk on this thing, so if they don't... I guess I actually really do want to conserve Urshifu, though, for the... What do I want to conserve you for? The Entei. I am down to Parting Shot here into the Dialga, switch Urshifu out into Volcarona, I think. Yeah, I think that's okay with me. Like, they'll probably get Tailwind off with Whimsicott now, but that's fine. Yeah, the main thing is I just can't Geomancy until the Whimsicott's down, because if not, I have to respect Taunt or Encore. So, there's Tailwind. I don't know, I think it could have been interesting to stay in and click Close Combat, but they have Thunder, and we dodge it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we didn't want to stay in. And fortunately for us, that's a crucial miss. Not as crucial because we did end up switching into Volcarona, but still. Okay. I think I am actually willing to just go into Xerneas now, because quite frankly, now with Xerneas out, I don't even think we need a Geomancy. You probably want to Taunt. Dialga obviously can Steel type attack into Xerneas, but I'm fine with that. Like, I think what we can do here is just click Dazzling Gleam and Struggle Bug. I guess the thing is I could double protect here, but then I risk them switching Dialga out into Entei. I mean, even if you switch out into Entei, though, you don't really get that much off, right? Okay. I'm down to protect and Struggle Bug here. I'd switch Dialga out into Entei here if I were them. So there's the Dialga switch. It's actually Urshifu. Okay. Now I'm actually pretty frustrated because I had the opportunity to Dazzling Gleam, but it is what it is. It's fine. Yep, there's Taunt. Okay. That's not bad. Because the thing is, at this point, their Xerneas answer's a little bit suspect. It's great damage from Struggle Bug on Bolt. Yeah, like, it's pretty safe. Oh, are you eject? Huh. I wonder if it were switcheroo as well. That's really interesting. Okay, well, you get Dialga back in now. That eject button actually changes everything. And if I just Dazzling Gleamed here, I think we probably just would have won the game. But now they can conserve their Tailwind and even get another one off. However, they are Dark-type Dialga. Sorry, not Dark-type, Dark-type Urshifu. Meaning you're not one-shotting Volcarona. So I think we can just Geomancy and Rage Powder now. Yeah, like, we do have a pretty good setup for Geomancy. My only fear is it's, like, Safety Goggles Dialga. But I don't think a Flash Cannon KOs us anyway, so even if you're Goggles... Okay, it's Poison Jab, which typically indicates to me banned. That doesn't look like banded damage, though. And we get Flame Body. This is the other upside of Volcarona in this format. Okay. And that is Flash Cannon. Yep, into Volcarona. Perfect, perfect. Doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that should win us the game, honestly. Now, we did get lucky with the Thunder Mist, right? If Thunder had connected, then it would have done some damage into the Volcarona. But yeah, like... With Xerneas, so much about the game is positioning, right? Like, all it takes is one turn next to the Fake Out user, or with the Fake Out partner, or with Volcarona, or any redirection user, and it can just completely turn the tides of the battle. But the thing about using Xerneas is you have to respect any potential way to stop the Geomancy, whether it be Taunt, whether it be Encore, whether it be some Pokemon that can one-shot it. Like, I don't know if Flash Cannon from Dialga one-shots it, but it does so much damage. Yeah, this just puts us in phenomenal shape now. And the one thing we want to respect now is Encore from Whimsicott, so I'm just going to click the Dazzling Gleam here, and I'm just going to click... I mean, Xerneas should outspeed both of these. Yeah, honestly... Okay, I think the one thing we want to avoid is getting crit by Dialga, so let's just Rage Powder here anyway. Like, at this point, it should be really difficult for my opponent to come back as long as we don't give up Xerneas carelessly for whatever reason. So, Detect there makes sense, or Protect on Dialga makes sense. I was wondering if it had Protect, because this actually essentially confirms its moveset, right? Protect, Flash Cannon, Thunder, and you have to be running a Dragon-type attack like Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse. I guess, like, theoretically, you could drop it, but that would be kind of surprising to me. Either way, the play I wanted to make there was switch Volcarona into Incineroar. Actually, there's no way Dialga's surviving a +2 Dazzling Gleam, so if it doesn't survive there, then that's always the right play. The reason I didn't go for that play was because I was nervous about Dialga being bulky enough to actually survive. So if Dialga actually survives that position, and you crit Flash Cannon onto us, that would be really bad. So I'm just going to go for Rage Powder and Gleam here again. Like Whimsicott, we've seen Tailwind, Protect, Taunt. Should be Moonblast, right? So it's just no switcheroo. I think it's just Rage Powder, Dazzling Gleam here. And we still have, yeah, I mean, Dazzle should just be a double KO here. Maybe I could have Moonblasted to play it safer if I was nervous about Dialga surviving in the first place, which is the whole reason I didn't make the switch out last turn. Okay, we get Gleam off. And this is... Dialga proves me right. You can see how I was worried. But it's just going to KO itself, and yeah, it is Draco Meteor as its last attack. So... gonna knock out the Volcarona, but this is exactly why I wanted to conserve Urshifu this whole time, right? If I had stayed in and gotten hit by that Thunder, this would actually be a pretty different game. I guess, granted, we still got Xerneas set up in the perfect position anyway, so it's still fine, but yeah. Anyway, we can just bring out Incineroar here. All we really need to do is stall up their Tailwind, and then Urshifu obviously would just insta-win the game, but we can just Moonblast. Parting Shot. Yeah. Not really much my opponent can do from this position. And once again, this is like the thing about Xerneas, right? Like, that versus Dialga, we had to be so careful making sure that Dialga didn't just get a life for Flash Cannon off against us before we got the Geomancy off. So it was all about protecting the Xerneas, basically. Anyway, they have 3 turns of Tailwind. We can just Moonblast here and go for a Parting Shot. Get the safe switch into Urshifu, and that's GG. This is the other thing about Xerneas, right? Like, my opponent had Tailwind, but their Pokemon aren't actually very fast, so it's like even with the Tailwind, with Geomancy off on Xerneas, we just outspeed everything. Okay, they're going to go for Sacred Fire. That's definitely the best play for them to make. It does connect, does get the burn. I mean, your win con there is basically burn plus crit, and then if you don't have Protector, and then Extreme Speed, so Burn plus Crit, E-Speed. But Entei is not really going to beat Incineroar in this position anyway, plus we have Urshifu. That being said, it still makes sense to play it out for a turn. Especially because, I don't know, like in that position, sometimes maybe people forget about Inner Focus, they click Fake Out onto Entei, that gives you an extra turn. Wastes the turn with Incineroar's attack. But yeah, now it's basically a wrap. We can just Surging Strikes here. And the reason why it's better to... It doesn't obviously matter at this point, but like, let's... Yeah, because of Extreme Speed. Yeah, that doesn't really do enough. So I've noticed that a lot of players are trying to... Like to use Whimsicott Entei to counter the classic Xerneas teams. And so, yeah, you do want to show that a lot of respect. And that's one thing that I learned from one of the practice games I played earlier. The main thing for us here was that, like, in the end of the day, you can see why Xerneas is so good, right? Like, yeah, they had a Steel type, but Xerneas, once getting the Geomancy off, was just in such a phenomenal position, so it was able to just still, like, kind of blow through the entire team. And so it was all about just getting that Geomancy set up and making sure that the Whimsicott didn't have an opportunity to, say, go for Taunt or the Encore onto us. So, yeah. But really cool. You know, we've played 4 games so far in Rich Ranked, and all of the 4 games have featured a different restricted Pokemon, which I think is really neat. So, yeah. But let's get into this next match here. Alright, we're back to Calyrex Shadow Rider. There is a Toxicroak. I called it Krogunk yesterday. I got some comments about that, so apologies. But yeah, Toxicroak and the Mienshao. So yesterday we ran into Assault Vest Toxicroak. That's probably just the most standard set. They have Tsareena, so that will be important for you know, bypassing Fake Outs. And then the main thing I'm looking for is actually Mienshao here because it gets access to Wide Guard, which can be kind of a pain to deal with. Honestly, I really like Urshifu early on here. Like, Surging Strikes alone is just super good. It's just what I want to lead with. Landorus makes me a little bit scared. I think I'm down for Incineroar plus Urshifu with the expectation to not actually click Fake Out. Obviously, we want Xerneas. I mean, Rillaboom is just so good into Calyrex. The problem with this, though, is that, well, I have Incin, Xerneas, and Urshifu. I'm not that weak to their Ferrothorn. I don't think I need to really be that scared of Ferrothorn. Rillaboom, it's just like both Rillaboom and Urshifu on this team are so good in beating Calyrex Shadow Rider because neither of them get one-shot by it, and both Surging Strikes and Glide / Woodhammer just do so much into Calyrex specifically. So, yeah. Let's see. Anyway, I'm hoping here that... What am I hoping for? What is that? Calyrex and Mienshao. Okay, so they're going very offensive to start the game. I mean, I think I'm okay with this. I mean, this is where I wish I had any Dark type attack. I can't Fake Out either of these 2 Pokemon. Mienshao can Fake Out Urshifu. Got Parting Shot on this thing. I've got Taunt on this thing. This is actually really tricky. Like, I think I want to protect Urshifu turn 1, but I think it's so likely I get hit by a Fake Out onto Incineroar, so I almost want to just attack with Urshifu here. I don't like Parting Shot. I actually like Flare Blitzing just for damage output here. Let's see. Oh, they didn't go for Fake Out. Okay, that makes me think they're close combating into Incineroar, which would be great if that were the case. Yeah, okay. That's fine with me, I think. I mean, is it fine with me? They have Tsareena in the back, so like the next turn you can withdraw Mienshao. I actually think it might have been better to just get the knockout onto Mienshao here. But my Incineroar was always going to faint there unless I switched it out. I mean, so not really, like, nah, does Aqua Jet KO from this range? Okay, it should, I think, with Mystic Water. Question is, do I want to bring Xerneas or Rillaboom out? Because with Xerneas, I can just Geomancy, like... I kind of expect them, like, Mienshao gets access to knockoff still, right? I actually really should double check that. That's, like, really critical in this format, and that's something I don't remember off the top of my head. I know it had knockoff in previous gens, but I don't remember if it does in this one. Alright, you know what? I am going to bring out Rillaboom here, I think. What I'm expecting is for them to switch out the Mienshao into Tsareena. So what I want to do here is protect Urshifu, U-turn out into the Calyrex. I really feel like I just haven't played this game correctly, though, from begin. I mean, it's only been one turn so far, but, like, I already feel like we have a good advantage with Xerneas. I haven't executed that, but, yeah. And if they don't switch out into Tsareena, obviously, it's just going to be super sad. Like, they could just theoretically Astral Barrage in close combat the Rillaboom here, and if they go for that, I think we actually probably just lose. Yeah, there's, like, a very good chance they didn't even bring Tsareena in this game, honestly, but we'll see. It might have been better just to bring out Xerneas and click Aqua Jet into the Calyrex and Dazzling Gleam. Oh, that is not the switch I was expecting. Okay. Huh. Didn't realize how much of an issue Toxicroak would be until now. And they U-turn into the Rillaboom. What a good play. Wow. Okay. Are you going back out into Calyrex right now? It's Landorus. Huh. Okay. So they didn't have Tsareena in the back. I actually think we kind of lose to Toxicroak at this point in the game. I did not realize how much of an issue Toxicroak would be specifically. Because you can just Poison Jab everything. I also wonder about the Landorus set here, like if it's maybe mixed or special Earth Power. Okay, I think I want to, yeah, what I want to do is protect Xerneas and then switch out, because then I can just fake out Toxicroak and then Geomancy and then go from there. But I actually still think we're in pretty bad shape right now. I've lost too many resources and not haven't put myself in a good enough position to just freely sweep with Xerneas yet. I really like how my opponent played this game, honestly, and a part of the issue was that my Incineroar, my decision to lead Incineroar was really poor, specifically into the Mienshao Calyrex Shadow Rider combo, because I can't fake out either Pokemon there. I mean, I can fake up, theoretically, the Mienshao, but I won't flinch it because of Inner Focus. Anyway, yeah, I think Toxicroak's really caught in my eye now as a Xerneas counter. And we saw it a little bit in the beginning of VGC 2019 in the first series. Let's see if they... Like, this is a pretty easy prediction to nail, so let's see if they get it. Okay, just fake it onto that slot. That's fine. And there's Rock Slide. Okay, that's honestly the best case scenario. Really surprised they were just relying on Rock Slide. But I'll happily take that. Now it's just fake out into Toxicroak and Geomancy. The thing is, this is probably... Also, that kind of felt like choice band damage. I'm not 100% sure. That's actually really good damage from fake out. Okay, they're going for a flinch. I mean, if we dodge a flinch here, we're in great shape. Nice. That's so huge. Okay. The problem is that the Mienshao still has its Focus Sash intact. Presumably it's running Focus Sash. I'm not 100% sure about that. But, okay, this is obviously a huge turn for us. Now, I think we should assume Assault Vest on Toxicroak. So I'm a little bit hesitant on clicking Dazzling Gleam. Because I really don't want to get hit by a Poison Jab. Oh, you're not AV. You're Black Sludge. Okay. Well, Moonblast is definitely going to KO that thing, but it might have Protect. Also, that should mean it's Scarf Landorus, right? Because we're max speed. It's not like they have Tailwind up. Okay, I think I'm fine to just Dazzling Gleam here and glide into the Toxicroak slot. Yeah, it does have Protect. That's exactly what I wanted to respect. Okay. Which is why we're not comfortable Moonblasting it, but I'm not sure the Gleam is going to KO Lando-I here, which could make things a little bit dicier for us. Okay, does get the KO. Nice. Okay. And I said Lando-I, sorry. Obviously, I meant Landorus-T. So what have we seen from Toxicroak so far? Just Fake Out, Protect, Poison Jab, Close Combat? Is that your moveset? It's so funny. It's like dancing with its... It's my first time seeing that in Sword and Shield. He's just vibing. He's having a good time. He's just happy to you know, see some usage again, and I feel him. Yeah, Mienshao comes out. Oh my goodness. Does that actually have Feint? We've seen U-turn, Fake Out, Close Combat. I expect Wide Guard, but if it's Feint, you could Feint Poison Jab me. I think that's just a risk we have to be willing to take here, so I'm just going to Protect and glide into Mienshao. If they have Feint, so be it. Both of these Pokemon get access to Feint, actually, I think, but yeah. I think I'm just going to hope that they don't have it. If they do, then kudos to them. Like, Mienshao has already revealed 3 of its moves, and they go for Fake. Okay, perfect. I didn't want to overthink things there just because, like, we have already seen a significant number of their moves, so it feels more unlikely that they have Feint. They actually gunk-shotted the Rillaboom. Okay, nicely done. But I think now we should be good because we just bring in Urshifu. We just Aqua Jet, Mienshao, Moonblast into Toxicroak. He's still just dancing, though. Move into the beat of the rhythm. Rhythm of the beat. Beat of the rhythm. It's late. Okay, let's get the Urshifu out. I guess now the question is this thing bulky enough to survive a +2 Moonblast? It honestly might be. If it is, so be it. You know, I don't know if Gunk Shot one-shots us, although I actually would think it does, but I just would be really surprised if this thing survives. Even if it does, actually, if it survives and then Gunk Shot one-shots Xerneas, we will lose. So the play actually might have been in this position to protect the Xerneas. Yeah, actually, no, I protected it last round. I can't do that, never mind. And we never would want to go for a double protect here, so. Let's figure out how bulky Toxicroak is. I mean, okay, they go for Wide Guard, perfect, yeah. Like, the thing with Mienshao is you should, I need to double check whether or not it gets access to knockoff, because if it doesn't, it might have made more sense to actually just have switched out Xerneas first. Either way, there's no reason. It's still good to Wide Guard there for my opponent, because some players don't run, sometimes players will, like, opt to not run one of Dazzling or Moonblast for a coverage move like Focus Blast. But, once again, with Xerneas, all about positioning to get your Xerneas in correctly. Okay. Now we can just Moonblast and Aqua Jet. But, once again, I'm not really happy about how this game played out because I got outled pretty hard. But then the question is, how do I actually beat Mienshao Calyrex as a lead? Is there any combination of Pokemon? Maybe Rillaboom because it has the Assault Vest. But I would just be gliding at best. Yeah, I think Mienshao Calyrex is just a really strong lead. That's one of the archetypes we'll be featuring very soon on this channel. But now, obviously, we can just Aqua Jet and Moonblast. I wonder if Surging Strikes into Mienshao Turbo was the play, but Calyrex Shadow Rider is just so offensive that I wanted to show that as much respect as possible to start off the match. So, yeah, just really wanted to focus my damage onto it. I'm going to double check Mienshao's moveset real quick. Okay, so I double checked and yeah, it does get access to knockoff, so I feel like knockoff over U-turn is something I'd actually typically expect, especially because of, you know, how if you can just remove the power herb, that obviously dramatically improves the Xerneas matchup. So U-turn definitely caught me off guard. Oh no, this is just hard Trick Room. But we have Goggles. Well, actually, that doesn't matter, right? Like, Indeedee's still just going to Rage Powder. Not Rage Powder, Follow Me. I don't see how we deny Trick Room here. Maybe we just let them get it up and just Geomancy with Xerneas and just try to sweep with it, even with them fully set up. You have Struggle Bug on this thing. Okay. I think I'm gonna go Volcarona, Xerneas, Incineroar, Rillaboom, but with them being hard Trick Room, I'm actually really glad to run into hard Trick Room because I think it's a really strong archetype in this format right now, especially given how hyper offensive most of the top teams are and how fast they are. Yeah. You can make an okay argument for Urshifu into Torkoal and Snorlax, but I'm not sure about it. I don't know about my lead here. I was thinking, like, I could lead Incineroar plus Xerneas and then swap out Xern into Rillaboom, change the terrain, should they lead Indeedee to get the Fake Out off. But then it's like I have Incineroar plus Rillaboom. What do I do from there? They're just going to follow me Trick Room the next turn anyway. Oh, they go with Calyrex plus Comfey. So you would think, turn 1, they'd want to protect Calyrex and Trick Room. Now, if they don't protect, I can straight up just snipe Calyrex with an Overheat and like a Moonblast. But if they do go for Trick Room, what I can do is swap out into Incineroar and Geomancy. I think I like the swap out into Incineroar and Geomancy play, to be honest. Just because their Fairy resists are still pretty bad. But hey, I'm happy we get to go up against yet another restricted Pokemon. That's really neat. So I almost wanted to just try to win the game turn 1 with Overheat Moonblast, although that doesn't even necessarily win us the game immediately, even if they don't protect Calyrex. Wait, that's so cool. What? That's my first time after ever seeing that. Wow, I didn't even know. Which is wow. That's all I really have to say. Wow. That is sick. That was really, really freaking cool. Okay. Well, it's not even that bad, to be honest. Especially with dual Fake Out here, that's really valuable for us. I am down to Flare Blitz the Comfey. Actually, I think we want to cycle Fake Outs right now. So I'm down to Parting Shot into Calyrex and Dazzling Gleam here. Because I can see Calyrex switching out to get rid of that attack drop. Nope, it's actually made Comfey. Torkoal? Okay. I mean, the question here is, should I be scared of this Calyrex at -1? I just go for Glacial Lance with the Intimidate. I don't think that's that scary. Well, I could have Flare Blitzed here. That might have been better for us. Is that a crit? I mean, we're lucky to survive, but oh, that's so bad. Still, because Xerneas is all of my damage, so I should have played around the crit. I could have just went for Fake Out that turn. That's completely on me. Ugh. Okay. It's not tilt. This is still winnable. Yeah, I think we just had such a good matchup if we didn't get crit that turn, but the thing is, I didn't need to... Like, I could have avoided the crit by just clicking Fake Out into Calyrex that turn and Dazzling Gleaming instead. I don't know why I was so gung-ho on clicking Parting Shot there. Flare Blitz also would have just been better, so bad play on my end, and I get punished. Okay. Damage is not very impressive, to be honest. I'm not super pleased about it. Yeah, Trick Room, it wasn't even that scary to go up against here, but I botched it by getting crit. Like, the thing is, if we don't get crit there, we should survive 2 Glacial Lances on Xerneas, right? So then I can just bring out Rillaboom and then Fake Out Dazzle again. But like I said, this is still winnable, so we don't want to give up. They're at -2 attack now. I'm down to Fake Out Torkoal, switch Xerneas now out into Incineroar. We can still win this game because Xerneas can just Moonblast later on. Okay, they switch Calyrex out. Wow, actually, if I just click... Yeah, that's a very good play. But I could have played around the crit. Although, no. Actually, yeah, like, they could have theoretically, instead of switching in Torkoal, brought in Indeedee to bypass Fake Out. And then if they Glacial Lance crit us there anyway, it's still pretty bad for us. So, I could have protected Xerneas there and parting shotted, but I thought it was fine to click Dazzling Gleam. And I still feel like it's okay, but this turn is really bad on my end. I think this actually just wins them the game now. That was an excellent play by them. Oh, actually, that didn't even come close to KOing Rillaboom. I guess the Assault Vest is just pretty solid. Okay. Maybe that gives us a shot then. There's only 2 turns of Trick Room left. The problem is I can't protect Rillaboom. I basically have to give it up. And maybe it's... Like, the thing is, if I give it up, I don't get terrain control, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I think we just sacrifice it here. I don't love that. Also, yeah, sorry, Eruption did so little because they're at like 50%. Okay. I think we could actually still definitely win this game with Volcarona Xerneas in the late game. Oh, they Earth Power. Okay. Do we survive this with AV? It's a huge deal if we do. Nice. Oh, that's such a big deal. Okay. That is huge for us. Or Sash on Indeedee. Okay. Consider our feints. Yeah, I would have liked to see it survive, because then Flare Blitz would just KO Calyrex. But the fact that Rillaboom somehow survived up until this point is a really big deal. Because the thing is, now I can bring in Volcarona plus the Rillaboom. Just my damage output against this Torkoal is very bad. Overheat and Sun, though, however, will actually do a good amount to it. I'm just upset at myself for not playing around the crit super well. But like I said, like I actually... The best play would have been to not attack that turn and protect Xerneas, but I feel like I'm willing to take that chance there. And, you know, sometimes you do just get crit in Pokemon. The Trick Room setup was really cool. That's not what I was expecting turn 1. Do I bring out Xerneas here? I think I do. Because if I bring out Rillaboom, I can fake out one Pokemon, but then I just feint to the other. Yeah, they bring out Comfey. Okay. Now what? Right now, we need to deny them another Trick Room. We have very low HP Rillaboom in the back. I can overheat here with Volcarona. Comfey can heal Torkoal. Ah, you can just heal this thing with, I feel like I lose because you can just heal the Torkoal up right now. And again, after you Eruption, can't you? I think I'd lose this Torkoal now at this point, actually. I think our best bet is to actually Overheat. Hope that they don't have Protect on the Calyrex-Ice. I don't think Overheat even KOs Torkoal in this range, but yeah. Well done, well done, well done. I had to hope that they didn't go for Floral Healing that turn. I guess I could have brought Rillaboom out. No, but then, well, actually, maybe we outspeed, yeah. Yeah, there's no way Overheat's KOing at this point now that they're at full. Had I overheated... Yeah, that would have done enough. Okay, I guess it makes this still pretty interesting, though. This is actually still winnable. Like, that was so much damage. Trick Room is over. We've seen after you. Surely you have Draining Kiss, right? Trick Room. Like, I could deny you the Trick Room if I went Rage Powder, or sorry, could Rage Powder here. I could Overheat Moonblast Comfey. I'm going for Rage Powder Moonblast. I feel like that's not it, though. Okay, get Rage Powder off. They go for after you. That's exactly what I needed. Okay. Please tell me this KOs. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is so intense. Sunlight fades. They can just go for after you Glacial Lance right now. Does Overheat KO Calyrex from that range? I don't think it does. Does Comfey have Draining Kiss? That's the other question. After you healing. Oh, I did forget Psychic Terrain is up, so you actually can't target Xerneas right now. Meaning, I think... It depends on if Calyrex has Protect or not here. But I'm not sure a double up even KOs Comfey at this point, so I think I have to hope that Calyrex doesn't have Protect. I Rage Powder here, and then Moonblast to KO Calyrex. I think that's our best bet. Oh, they just Floral Healing. Overheat Moonblast, yeah. I had to call that turn correctly, because they either go for... They go for one of the two there, but they're probably never going to go for after you after I reveal Rage Powder. I think we could have won the game if I overheated there, but yeah. It feels like a 50-50, but more in our favor. I think Overheat would have done enough there, too. They should actually be clicking Trick Room there. Oh, actually, maybe not. That should win them the game, though. This was a really close one, and obviously I think if we didn't get crit, we had a very good chance of winning, but one, didn't play well enough around the crit, and two, I botched this turn. If I went Overheat, that might have been just game. Yeah, I don't think they're ever going for after you in that position after my turn, right? Anyway, it was a really fun game, and their team is really cool, so no complaints from me. And like I said, I didn't play around the crit super well. I mean, I can't redirect the healing away. They're just going to heal the Calyrex up. Is there any way I can hope for them to throw? Instead you Draining Kiss Volcarona? No, we're going to feint to it anyway. I think our only shot of winning is for some reason for them to try to heal Calyrex and we KO with the double up. Oh, you go for Floral Healing. I also can't go for Wood Hammer in this position. So I think we need an Overheat crit, basically. Well, I'm glad to see how much Overheat does, because I wanted to gauge how much damage this would have done last turn anyway. Yeah, if we overheated, we would have won the game last turn. That's frustrating, but I didn't see that play. But it was the only play to make after they failed the after you. Okay, GG. I'm honestly not sure how much of a difference the crit... I mean, the main thing is that the crit not only does extra damage, but also ignored that attack drop that we had gotten onto it. And we got another attack drop onto it as well that turn. So we really wouldn't have been in danger. And then, with the special defense boost, I think our Xerneas was in a prime position to just do so much damage under Trick Room. But I didn't calculate... I don't know. The question basically is, was it worth dealing with the potential crit chance there? Did I have, did the way I have playing around it, protecting and cycling and fake out, was that worth it? And honestly, I think the answer is no, because I think getting that Dazzling Gleam off is so critical. If we don't get crit in that position, that Torkoal's at 50. If we don't crit the Torkoal there, sorry, if we don't hit the Torkoal that turn, Torkoal's Eruption is just our full power, right? So I can't really cycle and fake out effectively, especially with the threat of Indeedee in the back. That's the main problem for us. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that bad about it. Yeah, we got crit, but I think if we don't get crit, we're in really good shape. Because we would have been at well over 50% with Xerneas. Then we get Rillaboom in. That changes the terrain, so then they're probably going to withdraw the Calyrex into Indeedee. But I can still just click fake out Dazzling Gleam that does so much damage, then protect the Xerneas, switch Rillaboom out onto Incineroar. And I think we just have more resources, right? Even just getting one second attack off with the Xerneas changes things dramatically. Because it does 50% to practically everything, right? and even more into Comfey and Indeedee. So yeah, but that was a really fun one, and I actually had a really big opportunity to win there, and I rushed into the follow me play because Floral Healing is faster than us there, right? So like, had I gone for Moonblast plus Overheat, we actually would have won, and I'm really sad I missed that, and like I shouldn't have rushed that turn so much, because it makes little sense for my opponent to after you in that position, given that I just stopped the after you strategy. So yeah. That's why you shouldn't rush like late games, especially when you can actually make a comeback. And I should have thought that turn a little bit better, but that was a really fun game, so I can't complain. Anyway, that's going to be it. So thanks so much as always for watching Road to Rank. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to answer the question of the day, and I'll see you all soon. All right, peace.